Hi everyone, welcome back to another matchday vlog. We keep on going, and today, as you can see, we're in Gliwice. This is the holy war between Piast Gliwice and Górnik Zabrze. I hear fireworks, I hear police. It's going to be spicy. The difference between the two teams is only 2 points in favor of Górnik, but as I mentioned several times, Piast has only lost once this season. Both teams had to do some transfers. I think it's a bit chaotic for the police at the moment because both cities border each other directly, so it's very difficult for them to control the flow. Where was I? Oh yeah, the transfers. So Piast went into the transfer window in search of a striker, which they found, Fabian Piasecki from Rakov. However, so far this season for Rakov he hasn't scored any goal or assist in the 14 appearances he made, but that could also be down to Rakov's playing style, so maybe the Piast style fits him more. But on the out, the Greek left back Katranis went to America, so that will be a loss. Not really that familiar with the squad and who's on left back as a backup. For Górnik, they lost their fan idol Yakuta. They sold them to Belgium team Genk, I think, for 2 million. And of course, like mentioned yesterday, they released Dadok to Ruch. But they filled up Yakuta's departure with another Japanese guy. They loaned him from Kozuki. So he kind of plays the same position as Yakuta also, so it's interesting to see. We'll see if he's going to play today. But yeah, it's going to be a close match. I'm hoping for a good atmosphere, maybe even a sellout stadium, because I've seen more Piast fans now than normally. However, I did hear that Piast gave Górnik only 500, so like half of the away sector tickets, which is kind of a shame. We'll have to wait and see how it's going to be inside the stadium. Both teams are always a hit and miss for me with the views and the videos, because the last one last year, which ended 0-0, the views for that one was horrible. We're getting closer to the stadium. Let's get the show going. See you inside. Quick one for the bench. We're inside. I do have to say that the security here gives a good massage, because every time I come to Piast, I get a nice massage here. I'm having a cheat meal because, I mean, look at it. How can you not say no to that? So the lineups are out. Piast is not starting with the striker, but I'm going to give a match prediction. I'm thinking a 2-1 win for Piast. I just hope not a 0-0 again, because I need some views. Boom. We're back with our reviews on the train platform. So I got what I wished for. It wasn't a 0-0, 3-1 in the end for Górnik. And it's a fair result actually. I don't understand why they didn't start with Piast at the start. Because when he came on, he was much more dangerous in the air, winning headers and being like a link-up player. But as I was expecting, it was the left-back position of Piast that was the liability. Holuback, he basically got destroyed by Kapralik. 2 goals, 1 assist, man of the match. But that goal from Lukas Podolski, oh, right on his sweet left foot. But yeah, it's the second loss of the season for Piast. So it's not a good start of the second half. And Górnik seems to be continuing from where they left off before the winter break, because they were on a winning streak. But yeah, it was an entertaining match for a neutral fan. It was not as hostile as last night's game, but we got to see some pyros. But yeah, that was it for this weekend. I'm glad we're back for football. Thanks for joining me this weekend. Please like and subscribe. You know what to do. And we see each other next weekend. Bye bye.